Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy AAron2420 bringing you guys a guide, an updated guide actually, on the PKHeX Autolegality Mod. Now this time it's gonna be a lot better of a list because actually a few updates as of last time. Unlike now, I know the guy who actually has worked on this mod time and time again to improve it, to make it as stable as possible. I actually talk with him a lot now. Shoutouts to the common dude, aka Archit. I'm going to give him the I'm going to give, obviously, him all the credit, and I'm going to link his stuff in the description below as well. Basically, a link to his Twitter. I'm going to link to, obviously, the forums that I'm going off of in this video, both this forum that I'm on right now, and also the forum to download the latest version of his mod. Actually, you know what? Instead, I'm going to link to his server. I'm going to take out the link to the latest version. You got to join the server to get that. Because, you know, I'm trying to help him get more people in his server. And also because, obviously, if you have any questions, because I am definitely not the best person in explaining this, even with this entire guide that I had Archit type up. I'm definitely not the best person explaining this. And if you have any questions about the mod or any things that you want to report to him, obviously, he's the go-to guy to do it. So obviously, you know, there are a lot of features of this Autolegality mod. I would not be covering it if it was just PKHeX. It has all the features that current version of PKHeX came out with. In fact, I believe the mod was actually updated, the Autolegality mod that is, was updated yesterday. And the only thing that is not in this list that I was told to cover is basically that there is only, well, there's now Gen 6 support, and it just fixed a lot of smaller bugs. So now you can actually use this mod on all 3DS games, not just on Gen 7 games. Unlike where you used to only be able to use it on Gen 7 games for support, you can now use it on games such as ORAS or X and Y. So again, more benefits. Now I'm going to go into the features. I'm not going to lie, I have actually not used many of these features. So you might actually see me surprised going through this list. I have not read through it before. I sort of know the gist of it. So the first up, obviously, you know, just like normal PKHeX. Actually, before we begin, so if you want to download, there's a folder. I have the Autolegality mod open right now, actually. Yep, it's opening up. Just want to make sure. So basically, if you go to Tools, Showdown, and then download MGDB, this folder, for me it says update because I already have the folder. For you guys, it would be download. It might say update still. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure. It takes a few seconds, and it will download a folder with all the events. I believe Gen 4 through 7 last I checked. Maybe there's Gen 3 events now. There probably should be Gen 3 events, to be honest. And I believe there is a way to change it in the code, just I am not sure how to do it because I'm not really that smart. But there's at the very least Gen 4 through 7. I know last I checked, and I can check through it again real quick. So if we go to the MGDB folder, as you can see, Gen 4 through 7, I'm fairly sure, yep, I would say that captures an OBS 4, 5, 6, and 7. All of those events are right there as shown. So you download all those just by, as I said, going to Tools, Showdown, download MGDB, and it will automatically do it. In the old guide, you used to actually have to download this folder separately and import it. It just automatically does it in the mod now, and that was a feature actually I think added a week after my guide. So already that was a step that was invalid, which is another reason I took down my old guide. So that is one of the features. Obviously, there is single Pokemon import, and basically all you have to do is just go to import with Autolegality mod under Showdown. So as you can see here, Tools, Showdown, import with Autolegality mod. So you can import one Pokemon, or you can import any amount of Pokemon, apparently up to 30 Pokemon at a time. I thought it was only 12. I thought it was only 6. Turns out it's up to 30. That's actually insane. So that's actually, yeah, that's actually really crazy. So I just finished actually recording the video, and I literally scheduled to go up, and then I send it to Archit to preview, and he tells me I forgot to actually show importing sets, which is obviously it's a very important part, even though I definitely covered it. But obviously, you know, you go to Tools, Showdown, import with Autolegality. I already have a team opened up, and as you can see, it gens it in perfectly legal. Every set here has a check mark. The check mark means it is legal. In fact, Tapu Koko is legal, has its encounter data, runes of conflict, etc. If I wanted the Tapu Koko shiny, it would have gented off of the event. For example, I'll do that real quick. It's going to show up as illegal for a second. But if I go to Showdown, export set to clipboard, obviously, and now I import with Autolegality mod a shiny Tapu Koko, then now it comes up as legal. And now I have that legal shiny Tapu Koko. Whereas if I went off of, let's say, let's say I went off of Tapu Koko and I made it unshiny real quick, and then exported the set, just for showing how you could tell it would definitely come in as illegal. So I import this set. So as you can see, it does come up as illegal. If I try and set it now, it would show the illegal thing right there. And I'm just going to zoom in on my OBS real quick just to show that, so bear with me. So as you can see right here, the little red thing, that means it's illegal. Just obviously I zoomed in so you can see it better. There we go. Much better. So yeah, that's going to be it though for this vid. I will see you guys next time. Peace out. So another thing also, apparently if you use Control-I, you can, let's see, if you want the Pokemon in the box to be replaced, oh, okay, so this would just replace the new Pokemon. It's just, if you import it with Autolegality Mod, it would just import it, like, let's say I had mons up to here, it would start importing right here, I believe. I know at the very least does it per line, because I mean, when I have my save open, and I don't have it open right now because, my USB, not my USB, my SD card reader is a USB slot and takes up my mic takes up my last one, so I usually just interchange those. But if you did look at my normal PKHeX, I usually have my teams only lined up by teams, and if I gen in single mons, I usually delete them afterwards. So I'm not sure if it does it for like middle spaces, but I know, for example, if I imported a team right now, let's say it was my Staraptor team I just made actually. Here would be Staraptor, Ribombee, Excadrill, Greninja, Mimikyu, Megapincer. That would fill up in all those spots. Let's say if that was the order that they were in on the team, that's the order they would be. And it would make them all legal, assuming that it is possible to get those moves. So basically, if I'm able to get a Staraptor with Reckless Brave Bird, it will generate Staraptor with Reckless Brave Bird. For example, though, it will give me issues, however, if I tried to, let's say, gen in a Staraptor with Flare Blitz, because obviously, no, that is not legal. This mod is meant to make things legal 100%. So if you want to, so yeah, just import through Showdown, and it will just automatically import all of your teams. So apparently you can also actually import from text files. That's actually really cool too. So you can import Showdown sets stored in a text file as well. A dialog box asking for the text file will trigger if there are no contents. Oh, okay. So basically if I so let's try this actually real quick, because I never actually knew you could do that. Import the Autolegality mod. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's looking for the text file. That's actually really cool. I had no idea you could do that. Huh. That's actually, as I said, I was going to learn something new as literally going through this. I never knew that was actually a thing. So, if the contents in the clipboard do not correspond with the Showdown set, alternatively, you could trigger a dialog box by clicking Shift while doing Control Import or Control Shift I. Let's try that real quick. Okay, so let's see, Showdown, input that. Oh, okay. So if you're just trying to, I think that's just to open up the text dialog box or something. That's cool though. So the features list. So all Pokemon are legalized automatically from any game. So basically, as I said, anything that is currently legal in game, you can currently make gen in legal through this set. Or at the very least legal, as Verlis would call, you are a fucking hacker. The TID, SID, OT, region, subregion, 3DS region, gender are all customizable, and you can do that through a TXT file. So there's actually a section of this below. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass for genning in events, mainly because events have their own default OTs. I have had a couple problems genning in certain event mons, so that is a little bit of an issue. But overall, as a whole, though, I have had fairly good success with this. The only mon that I've had any trouble with is genning in Shiny Manaphy, partially because that's also an older gen thing anyway, and it's sort of just an old gen OT thing. Obviously, I'll probably talk to Archit about that actually after recording this. And but otherwise, besides trying to gen in like a Gen 4 Manaphy off of my Gen 7 OT, which even then I think that would just be an illegality thing in general, just because of Gen 7 IDs. Otherwise, though, it's very successful. So next up, happiness is automatically set to 0 for frustration and 255 for return. I'm fairly sure that's a PKHeX feature anyway. The marking is automatically done for IVs, which is actually really cool. That's apparently now a general PKHeX feature, but again, that's really cool though. So like if you're trying to look for, let's say if you're trying to see, you have two, if you have two Pokemon, let's say two Serperiors, one is HP Fire, one is HP Rock, and I'm trying to see like which one of the HP Rock IVs and which one of the HP Fire IVs, I can go based off of their markings, which is really cool. The female gender is assigned by default unless specified by a Showdown set to have the least maximum likelihood of being attracted to Pokemon. Oh, okay, that's actually really cool. because I know in Showdown, apparently, because there's a lot of Pokemon that have like a male dominant gender thing, such as starters, for example, they have male dominant. So that's actually really cool that it defaults to female. Obviously, you know, no one fucking runs Attract, but that's cool that it does it though. It's just like the little things that make it better. So IVs are hyper trained. I've had a little bit of issues with this, but then I realized it's really only been like genning in Ash or Ninja, for example. But that's also because it's coming off of 20. If you do, for example, let's say I had, oh wait, that's base stats. Okay, I didn't actually know it showed base stats. Again, another cool thing. So let's see though. I wanted to hyper train. If you do shift click, this is different from PKHeX because PKHeX is control click. If I control click in an IV, it automatically makes it 31. So if you want to hyper train, it's a shift click and it'll hyper train it. Obviously, I can't hyper train a 31 IV, but just for showing it off. So that is something else to point out. So previous generation of Pokemon, Gens 3, 4, and 5, automatically get PID IV values assigned to satisfy their nature in IVs. Again, I've only ever had problems with this genning Manaphy off of my trainer TXT file. I'm not sure if that's just something I fucked up on, but otherwise, I've never had issues with IVs. Whereas normally, if I try to gen in, let's say, a Gen 4 Defog Mew before Defog was legal as gen. But the point being, if you try to gen in any like Gen 4 Defog Pokemon, they would always give you that PID IV issue or whatever. This will automatically fix that. It doesn't really stop you from going online, but in general, it's just a thing that's nice. In-game encounters of Pokemon are given priority over events to reduce the dependency on Wonder Card files as much as possible. Obviously, that's really cool, though, for things such as, like, let's say, breeding them on. But it's also cool, especially because if you're gonna breed a Pokemon, most likely, well, if you're going to make a Pokemon legal, you're most likely gonna have a better chance of getting it made better through breeding it. So it's cool, though, that it has the default to breeding, in case if you're ever trying to pass it off as illegal, I guess. Again, it's just the small things I pick up on that are nice. In the occasion that there is no possible in-game encounter for Showdown set, it checks the possible events that can generate illegal Pokemon from the MGDB folder, which is why, as I said, you should download that when you get the file. If it finds an event, it will automatically generate illegal Pokemon using that event and provide Showdown set. Well, through the provided Showdown set. So now we go to the trainer data preferences. So basically, this is an optional text file. You do not need this at all, but it allows you to change the Pokemon that you gen into like the TID, SID, OT, region, subregion, etc. to match it. So when you automatically gen, for example, right now a PKHeX default, its default is PKHeX. If I gen it right now, it would have Archit's trainer data, because obviously that's how he tests the mod off of his trainer data. So that's probably what the mod would default to. So if you would like a Pokemon to be generated off your save data, this is basically the format right here. I'm going to move PKHeX over to the side. This right here is the format. I just want to make sure. Yep, it's highlighted. Okay. So this right here is the format, though, for setting it up. Obviously, you would change your info, like your trainer ID, SID, etc. If you've ever generated a Pokemon off of your ID, you can know this information. Obviously, I think you know this part down here. But the SID and TID, if you do not know your SID, it's a shiny ID value. Just catch a Pokemon in any Pokeball. It really doesn't matter. Just catch a Pokemon, and then it just export your save, obviously, and then look at the Pokemon. It'll tell you your SID, so it matches. So gender can be specified as male or female through MF or male-female. Obviously, gender sub-region have to be spelled correctly, or it will fail. I've had this issue myself. It will just it will say that your game is illegal, or not the game, the mon you're importing is illegal. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. So I think that I left off on the features. If not, I'll just cut it back to here. So if you have auto on the first line, obviously it defaults to the fallback mechanisms for Archit. So that's why you do not need the trainer TXT file. It just obviously if people want it. But yeah, so if you have fallback details though, Archit's got you covered. He's looking out for us. The code smartly reads the file. I should actually have added auto to my line, to be honest. And I believe it says you need to add it in the first line of the file. So after, it's like, let's say if you put auto, then your trainer info, then that would be a thing. So next up is PGL Autolegality. This doesn't matter much unless you're trying to import global teams, which is actually really cool though, because a lot of people do not post their teams. But the Pokemon Global Link website, which I'll actually go to in another tab real quick. If you go to the Pokemon Global Link, there, obviously, you know, there are QR code teams whenever this wants to load for me. But you can select any team you want, view the QR code, obviously, save the QR code to your clipboard, go to PKHeX, Tools, Showdown, import PGL QR code. I'll test this in a second because I've never actually imported through QR code, but this is something I kind of wanted to try for a while now. And it'll import all 6 Pokemon as if you're importing a team in general. So obviously, you know, if you import it through like Showdown. So let's say that I look through this team, because this is a cool team actually. So it's opening up, I'm pretty sure it's opening up a QR code for it. Let's see, how do I even open up a QR code, to be honest? I've never done this, as I said. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I need to log in. Let me log in real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so obviously you right click on the image. I already did that, and then you copy it to your clipboard, import a PGL QR code. Why the fuck is it working? Oh wait, never mind. Yeah. All right, so it did take a little bit of time, but it did. I was gonna say, because I kept on forgetting how to do it, and I realized I'm fucking stupid. But as you can see here, if I view these sets, as I said, it defaults to Archit's trainer data. It has all the sets, all the EVs off of this team, even the hyper trained IV from, I don't know why it's a hyper trained IV. That's really weird. Oh, it probably just has, oh no, obviously because they're making a QR code of their team, it's from their battles. So obviously these are all hyper trained IVs. So like I could see the EV spreads of this team, and I now know exactly what this person was running on their team. This is a random team that I found. So I'm not sure what the numbers mean, to be honest. Green is probably exceptionally high, red is probably exceptionally low, and then yellow is just average sets. So that would make sense. But yeah, so all I do is just right click, as I said, copy image, and then that's how you do it. I could do it with like any QR code team here. Shout out to this team from Japan. So that is how you import QR codes. As I said, I've never done it before, so sorry I had to cut there for a second. I was just figuring out how to do it. And then finally, so the MGDB updater downloader, as I said, I already went over at the beginning how to do that. So if there is no MGDB folder in the same location as your PKHeX Autolegality Mod executable, it will download the latest events from the latest gallery and make a folder for you. If they already exist, it will give you the option to update it. And if you choose to update it, it will just give you the latest release of all the events in there. Shortcuts, obviously, I went over those as I went through the mod, I believe. So apparently, according to Archit, obviously, well, not apparently, this is actually a good thing. These add-on features will be periodically updated as and when new ones are added. So obviously, here's the Discord link. I'm going to link it as well in the description below. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to comment below. I will help you as best as I can, but I am probably not the person for this. So just ask Archit in his Discord server, which you all should join if you gen. Honestly, if you gen, you really don't have a reason to not be in this server, to be honest, because as I said, this server has been a blessing to me in terms of helping me gen. I am now able to gen several teams a day. In fact, I'm going to go gen 2 more for myself in a matter of 30 seconds for Wi-Fi battles. I think ever since I've used this mod, I've gen like 8 boxes of mods, and 2/3 of them have just been Wi-Fi teams that I'm just dying to use. Shout out to Harris, he's given me like 12 different teams, and I made like 4 of my own. Also shout outs to Jordy, he's given me like another 8 or 9 teams. Between them and a few other Smogon teams, I have gotten a ton of teams to use, and I've also built a couple of my own here and there, league games as well. So there have just been a ton of genning I've been doing, and I have a ton of Wi-Fi teams to use. I think I have like 30 on stock right now, give or take. So yeah, obviously, I think it's also a shout out to challenge me to Wi-Fi battles in my server, which I will also link to below, along with the rest of my information, such as my Twitter. But it will of course be below Archit's stuff, because Archit is the creator of this mod. Bless Archit for this. He has saved all of us time in genning, and I sincerely hope you get in the next roast video. Archit, you the man. I tried shouting you out last time, but it didn't work. So yeah, that's gonna be it though. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, still leave a like, because you gotta share it. We gotta get this out there. I know last time I mass plugged this, a lot of people actually had already known about this, but this obviously has a lot more features. Maybe people haven't been keeping up with the mod. Maybe people didn't know all the steps. Obviously, I didn't cover that many in my video, as there were a lot I learned after the video, such as the PGL QR code thing that I literally just learned after like a month and a half or 2 months. But yeah, there are a ton of really cool features. Obviously, it's always being updated with more stuff, and obviously there will always be bug fixes. And people in the Discord server get the latest releases, so obviously, you know, you should join the Discord server. That's why I'm not linking the releases, so you have to join. Yeah, I will see you guys next time, though. Peace out.